What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4 here, bringing you my final 3.0 Philadelphia Eagles mock draft. The 2015 NFL draft is just 2 weeks away, so this is my final mock draft. Without Marcus Mariota, that ship has sailed. Unless he slips to 12, I could see something happening. But unless he has like an Aaron Rodgers-like fall, he's not going to be there. So it's time to pull up the big boy pants and get a realistic mock draft, filling all the needs, as well as making sure they're a right fit for Chip Kelly and his beliefs and his systems. So quickly, getting into the needs, I have starting corner, another safety, a starting offensive guard, and then to continue to add wide receiver, offensive line, and pass rushing depth to the team. Now, and before I jump into the first picks, also, Chip Kelly, there's a certain checklist that I believe he has for players, and if you don't fit these qualifications, he's not going to draft you. Culture fit. You can't be arrested. You can't have previous bad drug problems. You're just not going to work. Guys like Deshaun Jackson, Colt Lyre, the last draft, didn't get picked. Off-field issues, even though he was an Oregon Duck. And versatility. He likes corners that can play safety and he can tackle. He likes wide receivers that can, be effective in the running game, as seen with Riley Cooper. So this is really, really broad at what Chip looks for in a player. Without further ado, jumping into the first overall pick, and we're going with Byron Jones at 20 overall. Yes, Byron Jones, the corner/safety hybrid from the University of Connecticut, currently projected with a low round one, average early round 2 grade, 6'1", 200 pounds, shattered the broad jump record at the NFL Combine, 44.5-inch vertical to go with that, as well as a 4.36 40 at his pro day. There's a very, very versatile play for Chip Kelly, who dominated the Combine, has played safety at University of Connecticut. I believe he had 88 tackles, at safety, so he can tackle, and it plays corner. Most guys have him saying he'll be more of a corner in the NFL, but he has that versatility that he can play really anywhere that Chip would want him in that secondary, and that is a huge, huge bonus for him to have. So I think he's a very safe pick and a likable pick at number 20 for the Eagles. Now with our second round pick, I have them going with a guy they've brought in already for pre-draft visits, and that is going to be another corner safety hybrid from Utah, and that is Eric Rowe, 6'1", 205 pounds, ran a 4.45 40. Again, very, very good measurables. A much where Byron Jones is projected to be more of a corner in the NFL. Eric Rowe, a lot of guys have him playing as safety, and again, just fits that mold. We still need a corner and another safety, and both these guys pretty much interchangeable to have back there. And the more kind of playmakers like that we can have in our secondary after being so shit last year, I'll fucking take it. I could see if they go wide receiver, maybe get Nelson Aguilar from USC. I could really actually see that pick happening. But I think they're really sold on Eric Rowe and would be excellent partners back there at safety with Malcolm Jenkins. Two great cover safeties to pretty much try to compete along with Byron Jones and Byron Maxwell and Brandon Boykin to stop the Des Bryants, Victor Cruzes, and Odell Beckham Jr.'s of the NFC East. Moving on to the third round, pick stays the same, getting Ali Marpet, the guard from Hobart, currently projected to be a third round grade, 6'4", 310 pounds, ran a 4.98 40, as well as 30 on the bench press. I think he'll be there in the third round because of the small school status. Everyone's going to think maybe he had lesser competition, which is true, but he is the Combine feel-good story. It could compete with Alan Barbie for the starting right guard spot. I can see him slotting in there because we need someone to pick up the slack and to fill the void that was left when Todd Harriman's left. Plus, Todd Harriman's, he was definitely upgradable after this year. Like I said, I think for a zone run scheme, there may not be a better guard. Obviously Jake Fisher from Oregon, but I think Marpet's going to be excellent value in the third round. And our offensive line being Jason Peters, looks like Evan Mathis is staying, Jason Kelsey, Ali Marpet / Alan Barbary, and Lay Johnson. That is going to keep Sam Bradford on his feet and off his ass, which is what we need. We have a glass quarterback. We need to give him the kind of protection that Peyton Manning and Tom Brady get in Denver and New England, because if not, it's going to be a long injury-filled season for Sam Bradford. So we need to shore up the offensive line. Marpet is an excellent pick. Then a guy who has been growing. He's been going up. I had him initially as a 5th-round pick. We're going to get him in the 4th round. We already had him in for a pre-draft visit, and that is wide receiver Chris Conley from the University of Georgia. I think that looking at this guy's highlight film, excellent wide receiver, makes outstanding catches, projected to go rounds 3 to 5, so we'll be safe and take him in the 4th. 6'2", 215 pounds, 4.35 40, as well as 18 on the bench press. Unbelievably good player. Not as raw as people think either. I can easily see him coming in competing with a guy like Riley Cooper for the 3rd wide receiver spot outside of Josh Huff and Jordan Matthews. Really like everything about this kid. Great speed, great size, good culture fit, ticks all the boxes that Chip Kelly would be looking for a wide receiver. Excellent pick, and I definitely think that he would have to have a good showing in the preseason for him to have a chance to be one of the starting wide receivers day one, but he has all the talent in the world and a whole lot of upside that an offensive mastermind like Chip Kelly can definitely mold into a great wide receiver for years to come. Now with our first 5th round pick, we're staying in-state and we're getting another safety corner hybrid, and that is Atrian Amos from Penn State, a guy that absolutely destroyed his pro day. Projected right now with a 5th to 6th round grade, 6 feet tall, 220 pounds, 4'3", 940, as well as a 21 on the bench press. He has the size and coverability Chip wants and should be able to compete with Earl Wolf for the top depth role at the safety position, as well as be able to work in a little bit in corner. I know with Walter Thurman and a couple other signings, the corner position is getting a little bit heavy, but a playmaker like this, like I said, he'll be able to compete with Earl Wolf, maybe even Ed Reynolds if he has a good showing. And bottom line, great size, good speed, good tackler, another excellent player I could see being very valuable on the special teams, which is all Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly has great emphasis on special teams, and it showed last season. We had a phenomenal special teams, getting all those block punts and stuff, and getting great contribution and scoring. So Amos makes a lot of sense here. Now with our second 5th round pick, which is actually ours, I can see them going after another project wide receiver that can contribute on special teams immediately, and that is Darren Waller, the wide receiver out of Georgia Tech, 6'6", 240 pounds, 4'4", 40. And what is most important, as you can see with some fans' frustration over why Riley Cooper keeps getting on the field, it's because Chip values run blocking in wide receivers, and the way that when they ran that wishbone or whatever at Georgia Tech, Waller, who's pretty much the size of a tight end, is very active in the run game, more so than probably any other wide receiver that'll be going by this point. Then again, and plus, like I said, raw player will be able to get developed under an offensive mastermind like Chip Kelly, special teams stud, willingness to block, good culture fit. This guy has all the ticks from a great 5th round pick with a lot of upside, who should be able to make the main team roster. 6'6", Afeni Moma, ladies and gentlemen. This guy is better than Afeni Moma, but still brings the same size and intangibles that he brought. Now moving on to our 6th round pick, a guy that they've actually brought in for a pre-draft visit, and that is going to be guard Jeremiah Poutasi from Utah. They were scouting him out when they also were looking at Eric Rowe at Utah's Pro Day. Currently mocked as a 6th, 7th round player, played tackle, but is projected to make a good transition to the guard position, which is where we need some depth. 6'5", 335 pounds. Definitely will be able to come in and compete with Matt Toman and Andrew Gardner for some of the backup guard spots. Like I said, this is purely just a solid old offensive line depth move, and I would like to see what he can bring. Great size, though, for sure. And with our 7th round pick, does not change at all. I like Jeff Luke out of the University of Cincinnati, an inside linebacker, projected around 7 to undrafted free agent, 6'1", 260 pounds, ran a 4.57 40 at his pro day. Absolute freak of an athlete, looks like a goddamn bodybuilder. Had 6.5 sacks last season at Cincinnati, an absolute destroyer of worlds to hopefully add to the inside linebacker rotation. With Casey Matthews gone now, there's definitely a spot there, but more so, this is where you get some special teams freaks. I mean, this guy, absolute monster, built like Ray Lewis, ran a 4.57. Throw that guy out there on special teams, he's going to be able to make immediate impact. Also, even if at a high end, if this guy really does pan out and shake some heads, he can fill in that Brandon Graham blitz role that we don't have anymore, because you assume after that big contract, Brandon Graham's going to be needed as an every down starter. So then we lose that guy off the bench that comes in just for that quick pass rush, being able to get those fumbles and quick sacks that Brandon Graham gets. So this guy here has some upside to be that type of player, which is a hole that we definitely still need to fill at some point. So there you have it, guys. Full 7-round mock draft right there. Hopefully you guys agree with all these picks. I think they all fill somewhat holes. I think maybe Byron Jones is a reach. We could trade down with some team and still get him, but I think that's the pick right now. A little bit risky going for two very similar players like Byron Jones and Eric Rowe right away. But, man, you guys can't, even if the biggest Eagle fans, can't ignore that we still definitely need an absolute playmaker at safety and corner still. And we need to address that during the draft. And I think that's what this mock draft did. Looking quickly at some undrafted free agents, we got guard/center Shane McDermott from Miami, safety Jacob Hagen from Liberty, and the 3 Oregon players that probably will go undrafted and Chip will bring in Tony Washington, outside linebacker, offensive guard Hamani Stevens, and outside linebacker Derrick Malone. It's pretty much a given that if you're an Oregon Duck, Chip will bring in, give you a job, and give you a chance to make the practice squad at least. So there you have it, guys. Best fucking Philadelphia Eagles mock draft on YouTube 3.0. Draft week, 2 weekends away. Can't fucking wait. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this mock draft. Smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to Beast Mode TV. Till next time, guys, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.